2 years ago, on one of my first videos, I asked for something very, very simple. And that was a Megamind sequel. 2 years later, and I have to grace my eyes on whatever the hell this is. So if you've been in the news lately, you might have heard that Megamind is finally getting its deserved sequel after so long and people just clamoring for this movie to finally come back. And DreamWorks answered on I promise. Not really. When we heard that we first heard that Megamind was getting a series and that was going to release on Peacock. And okay, it's fine. Then I saw a mini poster for it and something looked just off about it, like something was wrong. I just put it off as like, it's early in development, it probably won't look that bad once it actually releases as a trailer. And that was so very wrong. And even worse, it was gonna be a sequel and a show on the same day. And once that trailer played, I was currently busy and couldn't listen to the sound of the movie, so I just had it on mute and was listening to subtitles. At first, it was just okay, but then when I turned the sound on, my worst fears came to light. That was not Will Ferrell at all. And, yeah, hearing about it, Will Ferrell does not reprise his role in this movie and the show. You've already taken so many people out of this movie to the point where people on Twitter are just dismissing the movie as non-canon. And at this point, there's a part of my childhood brain that wants to say, this movie is not canon. No, no, no. And, the animation quality is really, really bad. And more conversations come up. How did we get Spirit Untamed in theaters with a high budget, and we got a Megamind sequel that was a straight-to-streaming movie that didn't even have the original voice actors come back? That blows my mind. And now you could say, maybe it was because Will Ferrell was busy. He was working on Despicable Me 4, which he is a villain in that movie. Okay, if he was working on Despicable Me 4, delay the movie then. I'd rather have a Megamind sequel come out in 2025 or 2026 if Will Ferrell was busy around this time and was working on Despicable Me 4. If you had brought him back and had the same charm as the first movie, people would have flocked to this movie. It would have been such a hit. And with this is just straight up bad. And the plot of the sequel is also just bad. Apparently, we run into this Doom Syndicate, and apparently they were friends with Megamind, and they have the most cheap, boring villain designs I've ever seen. And it's just none of the voice talent returns. The only thing that returns to this dumpster fire is the writers of the original movie. And, well, that's, a little bit of hope, but that's really, really tiny, because at this point, I wouldn't have moved on with the movie if Will Ferrell wasn't coming back, because you knew you were going to piss off so many fans. And there was going to be one exception I would have. If Will Ferrell returned, and some other voice actors returned, and the animation quality wasn't that great, I would let it slide. Because, if you don't know, like a few years ago, there was a Kung Fu Panda show on Netflix that actually had Jack Black return, so it felt authentic. It felt like Kung Fu Panda. This guy's not even trying. He could have just tried his best to give a Will Ferrell impression. It does not work. It's just bad. It sounds phoned in, honestly, and it just doesn't work. It's kind of all put together as a cash grab, and I know this is going to be torn to pieces once this thing releases on top of the show, which means once it releases, I got a lot of watching to do. It's going to be painful. This is DreamWorks' big year. I literally just talked about Orion in the Dark and was, saying that it was a good movie and saying, hey, we have a bunch of other DreamWorks movies coming up this year. And then we have this. This just makes it look like a joke. Because now it's going to just put a big stain on the franchise. Literally, the button of doom that was literally implemented like a year later. It wasn't even a movie. It was like a 15-minute short. Was better. Looks better. and obviously has Will Ferrell in this. That is just better in every way. And that's just 15 minutes of just something extra. If they weren't gonna have Will Ferrell back, if they weren't gonna have all the people that made this movie amazing and actually gave it the correct budget, don't make the movie in the first place. That's like putting Kung Fu Panda 4 on Peacock without Jack Black and with like nothing. That would have been horrible. And this is one of those movies that would have popped off, so I really don't understand why DreamWorks would pull something like this. Because easily, if this movie had come out this year, would have made waves and it would have done amazing. But this, yeah, maybe it'll be watched on Peacock. I don't know if Peacock just wants those streams, but this ain't it, Chief. And the poster, oh, the poster. The poster has been memed to death. The poster looks like it's straight out of a PlayStation 3 game. And there is a PlayStation 3 Megamind game, so it doesn't help its case better. Even that case looks better than whatever the hell this is. It looks so cheaply made. This just smells and reeks of cash grab. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. If I was the head of this movie, if Will Ferrell was busy, I would have pushed off this movie until he wasn't busy anymore. You take away all the joy and just charm that the original movie had, and it's just left with this shadow of a sequel that will not be considered canon. It's like one of those... Remember the era of the direct-to-DVD Disney sequels? This is what this feels like right now, and it's really sad, because so many people wanted this sequel, and they just half-assed it on this. If the writing is back for this movie, maybe it'll capture the same jokes. Maybe it will, because there's a lot of great jokes in the first Megamind movie, but will it feel the same? Who knows, but... I'll review this movie and I'll watch the show. I'm surprised they're dropping it on the same day. They really think we're all super excited for this. Like, they put the caption, "Want more Megamind? We know you've been wanting Megamind." This is not our Megamind. But, anyways, this is a movie that's, releasing. Thankfully, I'll be able to bleach my eyes after this, because, the next week, Kung Fu Panda 4 comes out, and that'll make me feel better about everything. I won't have to be stuck talking about Megamind for the entire month of March. But, what do you guys think of this? Are you going to be giving this new Megamind movie and show a watch? How do you feel about it? And just, what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone.